This is quickly becoming my favorite line anchoring this show. Let's welcome in Aaron Goldhammer, host of the Golden Boys on ESPN Radio 850 in Cleveland, WKNR. Look, first things first, I know it's not a huge shock that LeBron opted out, but when you see the headline, it does tend to sort of give you a little bit of pause. Your callers today on a fully expected development, is there a little bit of panic?
I wouldn't say panic. Here's what I think is going on in the minds of Cleveland fans now. I think everybody knows in their head that LeBron is coming back. That essay that he wrote in Sports Illustrated last offseason was more powerful than any contract any player has actually signed in NBA history. It felt like a life contract between LeBron and the city of Cleveland. So I think fans are reminding themselves of that today. But I'll say this too, I think there's such a complicated history between number 23 and this city. Anytime you log on to old ESPN.com and see another decision, LeBron is a free agent and has opted out of contract, it's going to have a little bit of an emotional response to our fans, and that's only natural, I think.
Yeah, your ESPN corporate synergy, by the way, off the charts with the ESPN.com reference. Unbelievable. ESPN Radio, SportsCenter, and now .com in one conversation. Let's talk a little bit about Kevin Love here. Look, I know LeBron has basically said, I want him back. I want the whole team back if it's possible. But your callers, passionate, watch all 82 games, call you after every game the next day. Did they want Kevin Love back?
Yeah, I think everybody realizes if the Cavs had had Kevin Love in the 2015 finals, everyone in Cleveland might still be throwing a giant party about our first championship in 51 years, okay? So I think you can't diminish his value. There are some fans, though, that have said, that Tristan Thompson is a more important signing than Love this offseason. And the Cavs did make that great run through Chicago, Atlanta, and winning 2 games against Golden State without Love in the lineup. All that said, Kevin Love is one of the best basketball players in the world. Was it a little bit of an awkward fit here for him in year 1? Yes. Were there some ups and downs? Yes. But he still is an all-star and a really important player for this team. And other than LeBron, has to be the #1 priority for the team as we enter free agency.
So free agency starts July 1st. Guys can't sign until July 8th. So we got a little bit of time to come up with some great theories. And this one is really my favorite. This one's going to be a big talker. I assume you've broached it on your show. What about the possibility with the news today that Dwayne Wade, you know where I'm going with this, has opted out of his deal in Miami? What about a reunion in Seatown with LeBron?
Well, look, there have been so many crazy rumors and so much innuendo on this. I don't know if you know, on Father's Day, Dwayne Wade's dad was seen wearing Cavs gear to church. I kid you not, there are photos, there's photographic evidence, proof of this. And it has been bantied about in Cleveland now for weeks. Here's the problem, Zubin. The Cavs have no cap space, and Dwayne Wade wants $16 million a year. So unless you can get Dan Gilbert to come on SportsCenter and rip up the salary cap with you on his segment, and the NBA goes along with it, I don't see any feasible way for it to happen under the rules of the league. That being said, it's fun to talk about, and I don't know, maybe the Cavs could come up with some creative way for Wade to consider it. I think if there was no cap, then we'd be talking. But unfortunately, the Cavs have like a $3 million mid-level exception to offer Dwayne Wade, and it's like $13 million a year less than what he actually wants.
Interesting. So we'll have to wait to see if that develops. The numbers you give us make it seem it's probably just a pipe dream, but it doesn't mean we're not going to talk about it here. As soon as free agency hits on July 1st and July 8th, there's a ton of attention on what the Cavs are going to do, restricted and unrestricted. I promise we'll have you back to talk about it. Thanks for joining us tonight, Aaron. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Zubin.